Most people are looking for the magic bullet, the secret formula, the one big break that's going to change everything. But I'm here to tell you something. There is no magic bullet. There's only the magic of daily discipline. There's only the power of doing the right things consistently, day after day after day, until those small actions compound into extraordinary results. The first thing you must work on every day is your personal philosophy. Now, what do I mean by personal philosophy? I mean your fundamental beliefs about life, about success, about failure, about other people, about yourself. Your philosophy is like the foundation of a house. Everything else is built upon it. If your foundation is weak, it doesn't matter how beautiful the house on the outside, it's going to crumble when the storms of life come. Most people never take the time to examine their philosophy. They inherit it from their parents. They absorb it from their environment. They pick it up from their friends. And they never question whether these beliefs are serving them or sabotaging them. But here's the truth. Your philosophy determines your thoughts. Your thoughts determine your feelings. Your feelings determine your actions. And your actions determine your results. Let me give you an example. If your philosophy about money is that it's the root of all evil, if you believe that wealthy people are somehow bad or that wanting money makes you greedy, then guess what? You'll never allow yourself to become wealthy. Your subconscious mind will sabotage every opportunity because it conflicts with your fundamental beliefs. Or let's say your philosophy about success is that it requires you to step on other people, that you have to compromise your integrity to get ahead. Well, if that's what you believe, then either you'll never pursue success or you'll pursue it in ways that ultimately destroy you. But if you develop a philosophy that says money is simply a tool that amplifies who you already are, that wealth gives you more options to serve others and create value in the world, then you'll pursue financial success with enthusiasm and integrity. If your philosophy says that true success comes from adding value to other people's lives, from solving problems and meeting needs, then you'll pursue success in ways that lift everyone around you. So how do you work on your personal philosophy every day? You study. You read books written by people who have achieved what you want to achieve. You listen to ideas that challenge your current thinking. You examine your beliefs and ask yourself, is this belief helping me or hurting me? Is this belief opening doors or closing them? And here's something crucial. You must be willing to change your philosophy when you discover it's not serving you. Most people would rather be right than rich. They'd rather maintain their limiting beliefs than admit they might have been wrong. But the person who wins in life is the person who's willing to say, I was wrong about that, and I'm willing to change. Working on your philosophy every day means being a student of success, a student of human nature, a student of what works and what doesn't work. It means surrounding yourself with ideas that inspire you to become more than you are today. The second thing you must work on every day is your attitude. Now, attitude is different from philosophy. Philosophy is what you believe. Attitude is how you choose to approach each day, each challenge, each opportunity. Your attitude is your mental and emotional posture toward life. You know, I've met people with tremendous talent who accomplished very little because they had poor attitudes. And I've met people with modest talent who accomplished extraordinary things because they had outstanding attitudes. Attitude is often the difference between those who succeed and those who fail. Here's what most people don't understand about attitude. It's a choice. You don't have to feel like being positive to choose a positive attitude. You don't have to feel motivated to choose a motivated approach to your day. Attitude is not dependent on circumstances. It's dependent on choice. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Successful people have bad days too. They face disappointments, setbacks, failures, and tragedies just like everyone else. The difference is that they don't let their circumstances dictate their attitude. They understand that while they can't always control what happens to them, they can always control how they respond to what happens to them. Working on your attitude every day means making a conscious choice about how you're going to approach your day before your day approaches you. It means deciding that regardless of what challenges you face, you're going to maintain a posture of learning, growing, moving forward. Now, I'm not talking about false positivity. I'm not suggesting you pretend everything is wonderful when it's not. What I'm talking about is choosing to focus on solutions rather than problems, on opportunities rather than obstacles, on what you can control rather than what you can't control. Every morning, you must make a decision about your attitude. Are you going to approach this day as a victim or as a victor? Are you going to look for reasons why things won't work, or are you going to look for ways to make things work? Are you going to focus on what's missing from your life, or are you going to focus on what you can create? Your attitude affects everyone around you. People can sense your attitude the moment you walk into a room. If you have a positive, enthusiastic, can-do attitude, people are drawn to you. They want to work with you, do business with you, be around you. But if you have a negative, complaining, victim attitude, people avoid you. Opportunities dry up, doors close. Remember this, your attitude is contagious. Make sure you're spreading something worth catching. Make sure that when people encounter you, they walk away feeling better about themselves and more optimistic about their possibilities. The third thing you must work on every day is your activities. This is where philosophy and attitude meet reality. You can have the best philosophy in the world and the most positive attitude imaginable. But if your daily activities don't align with your goals, you'll never achieve what you want to achieve. Most people are incredibly busy but not very productive. They confuse activity with achievement. They mistake motion for progress. They're constantly doing things, but they're not doing the right things consistently. Let me ask you a question. What are the 3 to 5 most important activities that, if you did them consistently every day, would guarantee your success in your chosen field? Can you identify them? Most people can't. They've never taken the time to figure out what activities produce the results they want. Here's a fundamental principle. Success is not about doing extraordinary things. Success is about doing ordinary things extraordinarily well and doing them consistently. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is not that successful people do different things. It's that they do things differently. If you want to be successful in sales, you must prospect every day. If you want to build wealth, you must save and invest every day. If you want to be healthy, you must exercise and eat well every day. If you want to have great relationships, you must invest in those relationships every day. If you want to grow personally, you must learn something new every day. The key word here is every day, not when you feel like it, not when it's convenient, not when you have time. Every day, success is the result of daily disciplines, not occasional heroic efforts. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, Jim, I don't have time to do all these things every day. Let me tell you something, you don't have time not to do them. The time you spend on the right activities every day is an investment that pays dividends for the rest of your life. The time you don't spend on the right activities is a cost that compounds against you. Think about it this way. If you don't spend time on your health every day, you'll eventually have to spend time being sick. If you don't spend time on your relationships every day, you'll eventually have to spend time repairing damaged relationships or dealing with loneliness. If you don't spend time on your personal development every day, you'll fall behind and eventually have to spend time catching up if you ever can. Working on your activities every day means being intentional about how you spend your time. It means prioritizing the important over the urgent. It means saying no to good opportunities so you can say yes to great opportunities. It means being disciplined about your schedule and your commitments. Here's a practical suggestion. At the end of each day, write down the 3 most important things you need to do tomorrow. Then when tomorrow comes, do those 3 things first before you do anything else. Don't check your email first. Don't return phone calls first. Don't handle the urgent but unimportant tasks first. Do the most important things first when your energy and focus are at their peak. The 4th thing you must work on every day is your associations. Show me who you spend time with and I'll show you who you'll become. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Your associations are that powerful and that important. You become like the people you associate with. It's not just that successful people tend to hang around with other successful people, though that's true. It's that people unconsciously adopt the attitudes, beliefs, habits, and behaviors of the people they spend the most time with. If you associate with people who complain all the time, you'll become a complainer. If you associate with people who make excuses, you'll become an excuse maker. If you associate with people who blame others for their problems, you'll become a blamer. But if you associate with people who take responsibility for their lives, you'll become more responsible. If you associate with people who are constantly learning and growing, you'll become a learner and a grower. This doesn't mean you should abandon your old friends or become a snob. What it means is that you should be very intentional about who you allow to influence your thinking in your life. You should actively seek out relationships with people who inspire you to become better than you are today. Working on your associations every day means being selective about who you spend time with and being intentional about the relationships you're building. It means joining organizations where you'll meet the kind of people you want to become. It means attending seminars and conferences where you'll be exposed to new ideas and successful people. It means reading books and listening to audio programs by people who have achieved what you want to achieve. But here's something else that's important. It's not just about what you can get from other people. It's also about what you can give. The best way to attract successful people into your life is to become someone worth knowing yourself. Work on becoming the kind of person that successful people want to associate with. Be someone who adds value to every conversation. Be someone who encourages others and helps them see possibilities they might not see on their own. Be someone who keeps confidences, who shows up when they say they will, who follows through on their commitments. Be someone who is genuinely interested in other people's success, not just your own. Remember, relationships are like bank accounts. You can't just make withdrawals, you have to make deposits too. And the more you deposit into your relationships, the more you'll be able to withdraw when you need help, advice, or opportunities. The fifth and final thing you must work on every day is your skills. In today's rapidly changing world, what got you where you are won't get you where you want to go. The skills that were sufficient yesterday may not be sufficient tomorrow. If you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse because everyone else is getting better. Your income will rarely exceed your personal development. Your success will rarely exceed your skills. If you want to have more, you must become more. If you want to earn more, you must learn more. If you want to achieve more, you must develop the skills that make higher achievement possible. Most people think that once they finish school, their education is complete. They think that once they learn how to do their job, they can coast for the rest of their career. But that's old thinking. In today's world, if you're not constantly learning new skills, you're falling behind. The marketplace rewards value, and value comes from having skills that solve problems and meet needs. The more valuable skills you have, the more valuable you become in the marketplace. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities come your way. Working on your skills every day means being a lifelong learner. It means reading books in your field and related fields. It means taking courses, attending seminars, and participating in training programs. It means practicing your craft and constantly looking for ways to improve your performance. But here's what's interesting: the skills that will make the biggest difference in your life are often not the technical skills of your profession. They're the fundamental skills of success: communication skills, leadership skills, time management skills, relationship skills, problem-solving skills. Everyone in your field has roughly the same technical knowledge. What separates the top performers from everyone else is their mastery of these fundamental success skills. The person who can communicate more effectively, who can lead more inspiringly, who can manage their time more efficiently, who can build better relationships, who can solve problems more creatively, that's the person who rises to the top. So every day you must work on developing your skills. Read for at least 30 minutes every day. Listen to educational audio programs while you're driving or exercising. Practice new skills until they become second nature. Seek feedback from people who are better than you are. Find mentors who can guide your development. And here's something crucial: don't just learn, apply what you learn. Knowledge without action is useless. The goal is not to become a walking encyclopedia. The goal is to become more effective at producing the results you want. Now let me tie all this together for you. These 5 things: philosophy, attitude, activities, associations, and skills are not separate and distinct. They're interconnected and interdependent. Your philosophy influences your attitude. Your attitude affects your activities. Your activities determine the kind of people you attract as associates. Your associations influence your philosophy and your skills. Your skills affect your attitude and your activities. It's all connected. That's why you must work on all 5 every day. You can't just focus on 1 or 2 and ignore the others. They work together as a system, and like any system, the strength of the whole is determined by the strength of the weakest part. But here's the beautiful thing: as you work on these 5 areas consistently, they begin to reinforce each other. As your philosophy becomes more empowering, your attitude becomes more positive. As your attitude becomes more positive, your activities become more productive. As your activities become more productive, you attract better associations. As your associations improve, your skills develop faster. As your skills develop, your philosophy is validated and your attitude is energized. It becomes an upward spiral of growth and achievement. Instead of being stuck in the downward spiral that most people find themselves in, you begin to experience the compound effect of positive daily disciplines. Now, I want to address something that I know some of you are thinking: Jim, this sounds like a lot of work. Do I really have to do all of this every day? And my answer is yes, you do. But here's what I understand: you're going to spend the time anyway. The question is, are you going to spend it on activities that move you toward your goals, or on activities that move you away from your goals? You're going to think thoughts anyway. Are they going to be empowering thoughts or limiting thoughts? You're going to associate with people anyway. Are they going to be people who inspire you or people who drain you? You're going to develop habits anyway. Are they going to be habits that serve you or habits that sabotage you? The same amount of time is going to pass whether you work on yourself or not. The same number of days, weeks, months, and years are going to go by. The question is, where do you want to be when that time has passed? Do you want to be in the same place you are now? Or do you want to be somewhere better? Let me tell you a story that illustrates the power of daily disciplines. There once was a man who decided he wanted to become financially independent. He calculated that if he saved just $5 a day and invested it wisely, he would have over $1 million by the time he retired. $5 a day doesn't sound like much, does it? Anyone can save $5 a day if they really want to. But here's what happened. Most days he would think to himself, it's only $5. Missing one day won't make any difference. And he was right, missing one day wouldn't make any difference. But missing one day led to missing 2 days, which led to missing a week, which led to missing a month. At the end of the year, instead of having saved $1,825, he had saved maybe $200 or $300. Meanwhile, his friend who had heard the same advice decided to save his $5 every single day, no matter what. Some days he had to skip his coffee. Some days he had to bring his lunch instead of buying it. Some days he had to make other small sacrifices, but every single day he put $5 away. At the end of 40 years, the first man was still working, still struggling financially, still making excuses about why he couldn't get ahead. The second man was financially independent, living the life he had always dreamed of, because he understood the power of daily disciplines. The difference between success and failure is often just a few simple disciplines practiced consistently over time. But here's the challenge. It's just as easy not to do them as it is to do them. Saving $5 a day is easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. Reading 30 minutes a day is easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. Exercising for 30 minutes a day is easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. That's why most people don't succeed. Not because success is hard, but because the disciplines that lead to success are easy not to do. They seem insignificant in the moment. The consequences of not doing them don't show up immediately. But over time, those small neglects compound into major regrets. On the other hand, the disciplines that lead to success also seem insignificant in the moment. Reading 30 minutes today won't make you brilliant tomorrow. Saving $5 today won't make you rich tomorrow. Exercising for 30 minutes today won't make you healthy tomorrow. But do these things consistently over time, and the compound effect is extraordinary. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Failure is nothing more than a few errors in judgment repeated every day. The difference between success and failure is so small that most people miss it entirely. Let me give you another way to think about this. Every day you're either moving toward your goals or away from them. There's no such thing as standing still. Every choice you make, every action you take, every thought you think is either taking you closer to where you want to be or further away from where you want to be. If you read for 30 minutes today, you're closer to being the knowledgeable person you want to become. If you don't read today, you're not standing still, you're falling behind everyone who is reading. If you exercise today, you're closer to being the healthy person you want to become. If you don't exercise today, you're not maintaining your current level of health. You're moving toward poor health. This is why working on these 5 areas every day is so important. It's not just about making progress, it's about making sure you don't fall behind. In today's competitive world, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. But here's the good news. Once you make these 5 areas a daily habit, they become automatic. You don't have to think about them or struggle with them anymore. They become as natural as brushing your teeth or getting dressed in the morning. The key is to start small and be consistent. Don't try to completely transform your life overnight. Don't try to read for 2 hours a day if you haven't been reading at all. Don't try to exercise for an hour a day if you've been sedentary. Start with 15 or 20 minutes a day and gradually increase as the habit becomes established. Remember, you're not trying to win a sprint, you're trying to win a marathon. The person who wins in life is not the person who starts the fastest, but the person who keeps going the longest. Consistency beats intensity every time. So let me challenge you. For the next 30 days, commit to working on these 5 areas every single day. Spend at least 15 minutes a day reading something that will improve your philosophy. Spend at least 15 minutes a day working on your attitude through positive affirmations, visualization, or gratitude exercises. Spend at least 15 minutes a day on your most important activities. Spend at least 15 minutes a day connecting with people who inspire and challenge you. And spend at least 15 minutes a day learning a new skill or improving an existing one. That's only 75 minutes a day, less than an hour and a half. Most people spend more time than that watching television, or scrolling through social media. But those 75 minutes invested wisely every day for 30 days will begin to transform your life in ways you can't imagine. And here's what will happen. After 30 days, you won't want to stop. You'll begin to see the results in your life, and you'll be motivated to continue. What starts as a 30-day challenge will become a lifetime habit. What starts as a discipline will become a lifestyle. But you have to start. You have to make the decision that your life is too important to leave to chance. You have to make the decision that you're worth the investment. You have to make the decision that your dreams are worth the effort. Most people say they want to change their lives, but they're not willing to change their daily routine. They want different results, but they're not willing to do different things. They want to be successful, but they're not willing to develop the habits of successful people. But you're different. You're here tonight because you understand that success is not an accident. You understand that if you want your life to change, you have to change. You understand that if you want things to get better, you have to get better. The 5 things I've shared with you tonight, philosophy, attitude, activities, associations, and skills, are not just nice ideas to consider. They're the fundamental building blocks of a successful life. They're the daily disciplines that separate those who live lives of quiet desperation from those who live lives of extraordinary achievement and fulfillment. Your philosophy shapes your destiny. Your attitude determines your altitude. Your activities create your reality. Your associations influence your future. Your skills determine your value. Work on all 5 every day and you'll be amazed at how your life transforms. The choice is yours. You can continue to live as you've been living, getting the same results you've been getting. Or you can decide today that you're going to implement these 5 daily disciplines and begin creating the life you've always dreamed of. The marketplace is waiting for what you have to offer, but only if you're prepared to offer it. The opportunities are there, but only if you've developed the skills to recognize and seize them. The life you want is available, but only if you're willing to pay the price in daily disciplines. Don't let another day pass without working on these 5 areas. Don't let another week pass without making progress. Don't let another month pass without seeing improvement. Don't let another year pass without significant growth. Your life is too precious to waste. Your potential is too great to squander. Your dreams are too important to abandon. Start today. Start now. Begin working on your philosophy, your attitude, your activities, your associations, and your skills. 5 years from now, you'll arrive. The question is, where will you arrive? Will you arrive at a destination of success, fulfillment, and contribution? Or will you arrive at a destination of regret, mediocrity, and unfulfilled potential? The answer depends on what you do every day between now and then. The answer depends on whether you embrace these 5 daily disciplines or continue to live by default rather than by design. Make the choice. Make the commitment. Make the change. Your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Don't let them down. Work on these 5 things every day and watch your life transform in ways you never thought possible. The power is in your hands. The choice is yours. The time is now.